I kind of regret asking Ski to go first. You're not like easy to follow. You're like, can you like do a dance up here with it? Like, wow, alright. I'm just gonna do a bunch of random stuff tonight for poetry. This is one I'm working on that I wrote a couple of days ago. It's called For a Drunk Girl I Met Today. Oh, is that better? Can you hear me now? Okay.
Look what? Eat the mic.
Oh, you like that?
Lift it up, lift it up.
Yeah,
Cup it a little.
that little. Oh, you want to cup it? Yeah. Nasty. As a reformed anonymous, I'm not one to look down on drunks. But today at the bar, I looked up at one and saw a beautiful disaster. Long-dreaded hippie girls have a soft spot in the corner of my heart. From the patchwork dresses to the oxymorons of a vegan heroin addict, I've loved many. But it's sad to watch someone create themselves through liquor, to create a persona through drugs because that's countercultural, to create another line of bullshit about not wanting to be a robot, a message so timeless and repetitive that it's... She was actually kind of personable. The few times that day she could speak, she was even funny. She carried herself with a grace that was quite remarkable for someone who could barely stand, but she was on the run. From a halfway house, from a boyfriend, from a drug, from herself. There's no truly meeting someone who's already halfway out the door and already in the bag. There was a desperation in her smile that I've seen before in my own reflection. I don't believe in God, but if you do, say a prayer for her. I believe it's worth it. Some of the stuff is from years ago when I decided to drop out of college and hop trains for 5 years. It was still one of the best decisions I ever made. I don't regret it. This is called Gainesville Nights. Gypsy smiles with aching minds put 40-ounce bottles to pursed lips, and we're still not drunk enough to have excuses in the morning. Our lives have become the lyrics to a Tom Waits anthem. Dusty Carhartts and broken knuckles beg the question, what kind of collective living exists when nobody's home? My mind is racing like the CSX flyby out of Baldwin, and I'm tempted to jump in front of that motherfucker tonight because I'm too scared to change the world. She walks up and hugs me, and I pray that it's more than the beer hugging me. Another world is possible is painted behind us in strokes of motivation the others just don't have. There was no dust kicking up behind me as I walked away. There wasn't even a break in the conversation. Most of this is just like observations that I wrote down on like cocktail napkins over 5 years. So this, I don't know. This is called North Philly Bus Stop Conversations. I heard one chuckle. Someone's been in North Philly here. Bus stop dread stopped me in my tracks because I'm too white to be coming around here. My clothes are too dirty and my smile's too honest. I live a life of privilege that has nothing to do with the color of my skin or the insufficient funds in my bank account. Idle time is the devil's plaything, they say, but the devil has always sent his own to take care of me. So we just keep on walking, not to be judged by the race-based politics of those who have no recognized power over us. I'm gonna do one more if I can actually find it. Let's see.
You can do it. Find it.
Give me a minute, man. Give me a minute. Listen, I know, right? This is like, I'm not prepared at all. But I appreciate that the gates are open here because, well, I mean, I just figured since the street can hear me, this is like the largest audience my work will ever have. I saw you walking by. Listen. Yeah, you too, dog. It's called What I'm Doing With My Life. Why are you running away from us, my boss asked. I quit, I said. I just quit. There's no hostilities or hard feelings, no tears, no jokes, no anything you could have done different. This was only ever about money and time and the correlation between how much of one would earn me the other. Eventually the correlation fell into the negatives. It stopped earning me money and started costing me time. It cost me sleep. It made me bored or depressed. Even my liver was miserable. He had to put up with this job too. So I just quit. What do you do now, he asked. I told him I was thinking of becoming an internationally renowned criminal. All 3 of the other security guards on my job laughed. I didn't.